What's going on, man? It's your girl TampaMystic, and we are back with the Industries Most Wanted podcast. It is the docu-series. We live right here at Soul Asylum, and I got my homie, my partner. Shout out to FaseWorld checking in. What's good, fam?
Hey, what's good,
Give me
Tampa?
some love. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
That's
all
the
that
new
good.
way, right?
Yeah, that's all that we transferring energy. One more time.
Ah,
Feel that? Boom.
yes.
Energy. Listen, man, appreciate you being here today. I
Thank you
feel
for
like
having
we've had this conversation before. You know what I'm saying? We family now, right?
I feel like that too. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's a small world.
It is, man. We were saying earlier how it's inspiring coming into places like this, because we always aspire to do bigger and better things, man. But without further ado, introduce yourself.
I go by FaseWorld, CEO, Dream House Studios, Bliss Beauty Supply, some more shit. Nice to meet y'all.
He works, man. Before we get into anything else, I want to know the origin behind your name.
That name, that's a kid name. Like it just stuck with me.
Got you.
It stuck with me. And
was it something around the neighborhood they was calling you, or your family? Like who started calling you that at first?
Everybody always called me Face. I've been Face since I could remember.
Yeah.
So I just couldn't change my name.
Right.
Yeah.
It stuck. Right. Absolutely,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
You're from Brooklyn.
Yes, man.
You grew up in Brooklyn, New York, man. As we know, New York had a huge impact and influence, and still does, on hip hop.
Yeah.
Take us back, man. What was it like for you growing up in Brooklyn?
Man, it was crazy. I mean, I got involved with a lot of stuff. Gang banging, trying to prove myself all the time.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, it's no being soft in Brooklyn growing up.
Right,
I
got
you. Know what I'm saying? Every day is a fight. I think that's probably why we so intense when we talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because a guard. You always
it
on
is
guard.
like that.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
slick.
Yeah. But that was my childhood, man. I didn't have it all, but I always, knew how to get it.
Yeah.
That was life in Brooklyn.
Man. I know in your younger years you started writing. Was that one of the first things that you did developing into music, was writing?
Yeah, it started off as poetry.
Okay.
Then I would have I had one teacher, she was really involved in my life as far as the poetry and stuff like that. And she told me, she was like, you can do music.
About what age was that when you started writing?
I want to say 10.
Okay.
10, 11.
What were you writing about at 10 years old?
Man, roses are red.
Violets are blue.
Yeah, I was killing it.
I want you to be my new boo.
I was killing it, but I was big in hip hop. And just watched a lot of music videos.
Right.
I was addicted to music videos, and then my mom's ended up getting married later on down the road. And my step pops, I found out he was a rapper. And he had a demo tape that I would take everywhere. I thought he was so dope. I still think he dope. But that's how I started learning how to structure, because I would listen to his tape and
how he actually put music together.
Right, and I would try to duplicate that, and that's how I began the whole rap process.
I think that's dope, though, because you learned from somebody that you respected.
Yeah.
You said that was your step pops, and that was somebody you probably looked up to. And also, let's talk about, a lot of the greats that have paved the way are from New York, probably some in particular from your city.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you inspired by, musically from New York?
50 Cent was my guy.
He's such a genius, right?
I had all his bootlegs. Sorry, 50.
I mean, at that age, you gotta you ain't got your own little bag. You gotta bootleg it.
Man, as soon as it hit the streets, I had it. But of course, Jay-Z. It's like you had to mess with Jay-Z just out of respect for what he was doing.
Is he from Brooklyn?
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Okay.
Yep. Jay-Z, Diddy. You gotta love Diddy. I love all the bosses.
Yeah.
So Diddy is to me, Diddy is like the king of New York to me. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's the king of a lot of stuff, to be all the way real, because he does so much.
When you're in Times Square, you in the middle of the street, you got the big billboard.
Right, absolutely.
He be sitting right there. like
some boss stuff, right?
Man, this guy.
But that's motivation, though. Yeah. Because we aspire to not necessarily be that person, but to be like them and to do the things that they do, and were motivated by that, and that's good. So you started writing at a young age.
Yes.
I understand that you also at some point formed a group that was managed by your pops, right?
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
You do some pretty good research, you know that. You're good at what you do. My pops, it was a 3-man rap group, and we were doing shows and just building a little momentum, and my pop stepped in and started managing us, getting us original beats, because we used to rap on everybody else's beats.
Right. I think a lot of artists start that way.
Yeah, definitely. He was the first person to put us in the studio. We watched the producer make the beat from scratch, sound effects, all that stuff, and it was like a journey from there, But like you said, like, groups don't always stay together, and some artists, when you have a group, you always got the serious person, and then you got the least serious person.
Of course.
So I didn't realize I was the serious person at the time.
Got you.
But I am the only one that stuck with the music.
So what would you say, being in a group like that, what did you take from that?
Everybody got to carry their weight.
Yeah.
Like even if you got an artist that's not as good, like it's the team's job to help them get better.
Absolutely.
You can't just be like, oh, we better than him. Like, you got to make sure everybody's strong, because you just look better, and to people you look better together, everybody being strong, not like, oh, those 2 verses was hot but he was the weakest link. Like,
right. Absolutely. You got to uplift each other.
Right.
And bounce off of each other and vibe with each other. I know you also had an experience. You got to open up and perform with Salt and Pepper, which they, to me, like, that's my era. You know what I'm saying? I used to love me some Salt and Pepper. I even had a little haircut, all that. Yeah. Y'all ain't seen them pictures. Yeah. What was that like for you?
It was nervousness, because it was a street festival, and I was in Harlem. So it was like, at that time, all the girls, Face. I started building a little name though, but I was so nervous, man, and it was so many people out there, people I didn't even know. I just knew they were important. We did the show and got through everything. I didn't mess up on any words. It just felt real good, man. And the love that we got after, like, everybody cheering, like, that was something that probably stayed with me, and I didn't even realize it. I was like, man, I love this.
Yeah, that was probably a pivotal point within your life that made you decide this is something I want to do forever. Experiencing that. Yeah. Let's take it. Can we take it to the personal side for a minute? Yeah. I know that you lost a friend. You actually seen him get killed. Yeah. Man, at such a young age, like, that has to still affect you to today.
Oh, it does, because I was supposed to go with him. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be killed with him, and it's kind of like, it was like I was protected for some reason. Yeah. It was like everything was going around me. Bullets was flying around me. It wasn't hitting me. And like you said, that still messes with me till today, because I'm like, man, I got stuff going on. I'm living in Atlanta. Like, I can only imagine, what he would have been doing right now. Or I want him to see what I've become, you know what I'm saying? So it's tough. Even when you watch certain movies, it's like I was watching this movie last night. I forgot the name of it, but the dude, he basically got killed. One of the friends, it was 3 friends. It was kind of crazy movie. It's new. I don't know. It's on Hulu, but I couldn't even, it touched me emotionally.
Absolutely. I was to say it probably hit you emotionally. Yeah. How would you say experiencing that, losing someone that close to you and actually witnessing it, how did that impact your life?
It made me not want to get close to people. Yeah. I always keep everybody at arm's length, because I don't want to get close to you. Not too close, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's how it impacted me.
Right. Yeah. I would think so too, because it's like when you lose someone close to you, you don't want to go through that pain again, right?
Right.
So it's like, it gives you a different outlook on life. It lets you know how precious it is and that our time here is truly limited. But it also, like you said, it makes you not want to necessarily get close to people, because you don't want to experience that again.
Right. But that goes to show you how, like, everything happens for like a reason.
Right.
Because, you know, after him getting murdered, it made me realize I don't want to be here anymore, you know, because I was heading towards the wrong direction.
Right.
And that's when I signed up to the military.
Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about right now, because that's another pivotal point in your life changing.
Right.
So everything that was really going on around you, you know, losing your friend and, you know, you being in the streets, you said, I need a change in my life.
Man, I knew my mama ain't raised no fool. I knew, like, this can't be life, you know.
So why the military?
It was the fastest way to get out of the country or like away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we grow up poor in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have the grass and the clothes, all the clothes. Like, you know what I'm saying? We grow up in poverty. So, you know, I was sick of it at that time.
Right.
It didn't take me mad years to realize that.
I want something bigger than this.
Right.
I understood.
So the military got me out. It gave me a way to travel, and it helped me become a man, because it gave me structure. It gave me a lot of things mentally. Some things I didn't even realize the military even had an effect on until I got out.
Right.
Like, it started kicking in. I was like, they did a good job. So, yeah.
What would you say was the most valuable thing you took from being and you was in the Navy?
I was in the Navy. I would say the structure. I would say that you can't do nothing spirit.
Right.
That's not, you can't be in the Navy like that. That they don't even allow that. So bringing that over into the civilian world, it's like, to tell me that I can't do something, or to even insinuate that, you crazy. I'm a whole nother monster. That's what it gave me. That. Mm-hmm.
So while you was in the military, you was still pursuing music.
Yes.
How did you balance that? How did you balance being able to still do music, but you're also, you know, committed to being in the Navy full time?
Well, it was a pretty easy balance, because it was just fun. Music was fun. Like, you know, it became more serious like through the years, when I'm like, because remember, I left because I wanted to get away.
Right.
I still ain't know what I wanted to do with my life.
Yeah. So you're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm in the military, but I know I want to be something. I don't want to be this. This is not it.
Right.
So when I started doing the music, it was like, oh, that love. Oh, I love this. Oh, okay. And then it became to a point after, you know, my career, it was like I had to pick one. But that was because I was having so much fun, and the love was just growing and growing.
Right.
And I was learning more and more about the business. And I was like, oh, man, I could actually get out and actually make a living off of this.
Right. Absolutely.
So that's how that came about.
And you had a passion from a young age anyway.
Right. So all of that stuff just comes all back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about some of your accolades, which I think is important, because, you know, in this business, when you do stuff and you receive awards for it and you see those streams coming in, I know cumulatively you got like over 1 million streams over your platforms. You've received awards. Talk to us about that, because that's a highlight point within your music career.
Yeah, you know, and that's my problem, because like that, people say it's humble, but I just want to work. And I'm not really good with, you know, bragging about myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're going to brag about you today.
Yeah, but I got a few little awards, but I don't even care about those. Let's talk about this Spotify and this Apple. Like, those awards that's coming, I have 2 plaques coming to me, right? And those are so significant, because when I opened up Dreamhouse Studios, you know, you get a bunch of engineers. Yeah, man, we gonna get some plaques up here. We gonna get, you know, they're talking. They know I'm an artist the whole time,
right?
Because I got the studio, but you know, I'm grinding. You know what I'm saying? Like, motivate me. Say, yo, Face, go. Da, 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 da. But I started to understand, because you know, I'm new here.
Right.
I was new here at the time, so I had to learn the mind frames, learn, you know, what I was dealing with.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But these plaques are very significant. I can't wait to put them on the wall, because I told niggas, excuse my language, I told them, I was like, I'm gonna be the first to put plaques on this wall.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, this is my house.
This is my house, right? Like, how could another artist put a plaque on the wall before me? So after I put them on the wall, then, you know, everybody else could bring theirs.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your studio. It's in Stockbridge. You know, for you guys, if you're not in the Atlanta area, you know, it's around the Atlanta area, South Side, right?
Yeah.
What inspired you to open up your own studio?
Honestly, nothing. It was a bad business partnership. Like it was a homegirl of mine. She was from Georgia, but she grew up in Brooklyn, and she had a homeboy. And basically, I was still trying my entrepreneur stuff. I had like a clothing store at the time, and it was a fail, bad location, whatever. And they basically were like, "Hey, what you think about opening up a studio?" So I'm like, okay, 3 ways. This can't be too expensive.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that. I'm like, okay, well, shoot, let's do it. Man, by the 3rd month of getting the lease, they both pulled out. The 3rd month.
Wow, that's crazy. They couldn't handle the pressure.
Man, we didn't have no furniture or nothing in there yet. And I was doing the painting and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So they'll come see the stuff, but I was the one on the ground, you know what I mean?
Right.
Doing the painting and all of that stuff. And I guess they thought that we was just going to have a building with no furniture and it was going to be successful. So by the 3rd month, like I said, they pulled out, but I wasn't even that mad. It's like something kicked in instantly and said, yo, it's yours.
That's right.
It's supposed to be yours.
It was meant to be that way.
Yeah, because I named it and everything in the beginning, but it was just good name shit.
You had to trust the process.
Man.
So, and now it's a blessing though, right?
Yeah, that's how I ended up with Dream House. They pulled out on me. I said, I'm not closing it. We're going to do whatever it takes to keep it going, and that's what it was.
Man, that's a blessing right there. I know you have another business too, right?
Yeah.
What else you got going on?
Man, Bliss Beauty Supply. Shout out to Bliss Beauty Supply. See, I don't like to be put in a box, so I think that Diddy is starting to kick in.
Yeah,
the
for
Diddy
sure.
is starting to kick in. So I'm touching different things, and I know that during the pandemic, like, cause my studio also has a U-Haul, and what I didn't know was that U-Haul was essential personnel. I didn't know that. So during the pandemic, I was able to keep my studio open while all the other studios was closed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I see how things just line up.
Right.
You don't even know what's going on. So what happened with that is I said, shoot, people was moving out of buildings and getting rid of stuff, the panicking. I seen a building that I've been plotting on anyway, and they finally moved out. And I just went over there and claimed it. You know, they told me I couldn't have it at first, and I was like, nope, it's mine.
Man, look at God.
Yeah.
He aligned everything.
It's all aligned, man. I'm all about energy.
Absolutely. Yes. That's why we transferred it in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You got to transfer that good energy, you know? Like I'm big on that too. Do you have your own label?
Yeah.
Talk to us about it.
So my label is called Money Market Records. We used to be called FaseWorld Entertainment.
Okay.
But we wanted to. There was a lot of politics behind naming a label after your name.
Right. Understood.
So just to make everybody happy, it was like, okay, let's give it another name, and it became Money Market Records.
Okay.
I like that. I wanted that name because I wanted something. I always pictured Money Market in like a high rise.
Right.
So I wanted a professional name, to go with it. So that's what everything I do is kind of like a setup for later.
Well,
it's like
yeah,
I know stuff
it's
is coming.
perception, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, Money Market Records. Shout out to them.
Who's all involved in the label?
Right now I have 2 artists, Eli Cash and Backstreet Richie. I had a lot of artists throughout the years, to be honest with you. But you know how the music stuff
Listen,
goes.
I already know.
Yeah.
Not everybody's meant to come along with you on your journey, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You just weed through them. So for any artists that are involved, like, let's talk about that for a minute. The artists that are with you right now on your label, what was it about those particular artists that made you want to sign them to your label?
I felt like they was relatable. Like one is from Los Angeles and one is from Louisiana.
Okay.
And they had similar backgrounds to me.
Got you.
And those are the type of people I kind of attached to. If you got like a real, if I know you're real, not about what you say, but just how you act, your personality, all that stuff.
You got to catch a vibe with them.
Right. So those two, they you know, they had just came out of prison. Both of them, coincidentally, they didn't even know each other. And, you know, I just seen something, and I still see it. I see something in them, and it reminds me of me. And, you know, I just want to see them do good. So
you're providing an opportunity for other people that could change their life.
Right.
That's that boss stuff we were talking about. That's that Diddy move right there.
Yeah.
You put out 4 albums.
4.
Tell us about them.
Trial and error. But to be real with you, I taught myself distributing. Like before, it was so easy to get distributed.
Right. Yeah, back in the day, people didn't understand anything about it. There was, I think, maybe just TuneCore or whatever.
Right. So what I did is I had a song, and I'm going to talk about the albums, but I had a song called Billionaire that's done really good. Like, I mean, to the fact that when I had no money, Billionaire paid bills, helped me get a house, all kind of stuff.
That's great.
So I knew the streaming game. I knew how real it was.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not just me talking, listening to A&Rs. I was living it. So that's when I created those albums, I still ain't find my sound.
Yeah.
But I knew just put music out. So it was like trying to sound Atlanta, trying to sound this, trying to sound that. Then like closer to like maybe like, you know, the 4th album, it was like more me. It was like, okay, I did all that. Let's get back to me.
Right.
And that's when the music started getting better, in my opinion. I'll judge myself. I don't care.
You got to.
So,
we usually are our biggest critic.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing wrong with that. You have to go through phases in your life, you know, I think as an artist too, where you're going to play with your sound a little bit, you know, to figure out what works for you, what's comfortable for you, but still is going to resonate with the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I would imagine it might take 1, 2, 3 albums to get through to figure that out.
Yeah.
So now you're comfortable with where you're at with your sound wise. Are you still working on it?
No, I'm comfortable. For me, it was opening up. Like my boys will always say, "Yo, tell your story, tell your story." I didn't want to open up on my music.
Gotcha.
I just wanted I would talk about what I think you want to hear. I wasn't ready to give you me.
Right.
I wasn't ready to tell you the real shit that's going on every day in my life. I just wanted to make music for you. But it's like when I started doing that, that's when people started hearing me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm addicted to sharing my life.
Right. Well, and also too, again, people are going to resonate with you because whatever you're going through or been through, they're going to be able to relate to that.
Yeah. And it's a process for some people. Some people could just share their life or share other people's life very easily. But if you really, some people like me, I'm closed. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of stuff. It's not everybody's fault. So I keep it all in here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why music is therapy.
It is for everybody because it's that universal language. No matter what emotion or feeling we're going through, music is going to be that remedy, that therapy that's going to get us through anything.
Mm-hmm.
So from this point forward, what is your main focus with this music?
Right now, my focus is I want to be heard, and the difference is it's not just music now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want you to understand that I'm a force. Yeah. Like, I'm not just some artist that's trying to say, hey, put me on. I want you to understand, like, this person is going to go wherever they want to go with or without you. So
as you should.
Right. and that's the dynamics are different. You know, it's not so much about impressing people anymore. It's like, yo, I am a business. Let us talk and see how we can work together.
Absolutely.
If we can't, then it's cool. I understand.
Right, because not everyone's going to see your vision.
Right.
We really learned that along the way in this music business and this journey, because I know you probably have people who thought you were crazy for wanting to open a studio or pursue music full time.
They told me nobody would come to Stockbridge. We done had, we 7 years now. Like, you know, a lot of celebrities come in there, just chill, just have a drink. And I'm impressed by it because I know that there's people that opened up studios that probably never had a celebrity, you know?
Right.
And it's like they come in by the drones and then you got MTV, VH1, like all of this stuff I'm watching. I'm like, man, it's amazing because they told me that this wouldn't even work.
That's the biggest motivation right there, though, is when people tell you or doubt you because they don't see your vision. at that point, now you feel like you have something to prove.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm going to show them different.
Yeah.
And look now, you said 7 years later.
7 years later, we still there.
Dream House Studios.
Dream House Studios, the one-stop shop.
That's right. What all do you guys do there?
So we have a club. We have a club back there. Full. You can make it whatever, but it's the club basically with a stage.
Okay, so you can do like events.
Yeah.
And okay, that's dope.
Yeah, we do events. You could flip it around however you like it. We got the studio and the conference room. So it's about 3 rooms that we work out of.
Right.
So yeah.
That's dope, man. Outside of music, what do you like to do?
It used to be drink. Now I'm starting to get on this health thing. So I'm always taking shots of different things.
Right.
Yeah,
the wheatgrass.
Yeah.
The stuff that tastes so nasty.
Yeah.
But it's so good for you.
It was drink. Like I used to just want to drink, but that was dealing with some demons, you know what I'm saying? But like now I'm starting to, the clarity is there.
Yeah.
So
it comes with maturity and growth too, most definitely.
Yeah.
So you like to do healthy stuff now.
Yeah.
Is what you saying.
That's what I'm on
All
now.
natural stuff.
Man, I barely eat meat. Now, I won't call myself a vegan because I might have a beef jerky here and there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say
But you do it in moderation, though.
Right. That part.
That's the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't eat meat. I haven't for many, many years, but I used to. Mm-hmm. My thing is, if someone's you just got to do it in moderation, you know? Like, don't overdo it. It's with anything in life, just like drinking. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it in moderation.
Yeah, you're right about that. Right about that.
What's next for you, man? What you got for us? It's 2022. Like, I know you've already got your 4 albums in. You've got videos. What's next for you?
So 2022 is going down this year. I'm going to drop my first movie, which is called The Dream House. And it's basically, it starts off with me in the military. It was when I was leaving. Like when I was in Iraq. That was kind of like my last tour. So it starts off from there. And then it goes into how I got the Dream House, and then the Dream House, basically somebody want to shut it down. It's a real funny but serious movie at the same time. But yeah, it's coming out. It's going down.
Let's talk about that a little bit more in depth. How long was that in the works?
Honestly, I would say probably like 3 years.
Okay.
A lot of stuff I've already had, but it's just the energy to, cause this game. Whew. But I
You've probably been through a lot of people and stuff along the way,
man.
right?
So now I got my energy back. So like the movie is done, the script is done. We just right now are gonna start casting. So I'm gonna put that movie out. And another thing I did was I wanted a battle league that I said something about in 2015, never happened. And I finally struck the match on that. So we're like hitting our 3rd battle now, DHBL, Dream House Battle League.
Oh, that's dope.
Like, yeah, so this year I'm all about doing the stuff that I said I wanted to do and not letting anything come in the way of it. That's
what you have to do, man. We all have stuff that we've wanted to do and we've found reasons why we don't do it, make excuses. 2022 here on out, man. No more excuses. Rather than making excuses, you got to figure out the reason why you should be doing it.
Right.
Because that's going to push you to do it. With that being said, man, any more albums in the works?
Yeah, yo, man, look, I got the me and Boxman. Boxman is from Jersey. Shout out to Boxman.
Shout out to my dog Boxman. That's my brother.
We got a project coming out called Dark Skin Energy. The project is almost done too, man. Like,
that's dope.
Like I mess with Box. I met him through someone that really didn't want us to be cool, but we still ended up being cool. And we've been in the studio like every week, just like vibing, working. Dark Skin Energy is gonna be like a movement for us. It is, oh man, I can't wait till y'all hear that. But we gonna probably have to come back on the show with
for real. Shout out to Boxman. Like when I first moved to Atlanta, I was doing my events and stuff at GME Lounge off of MLK, and Box used to come out and support. He would perform. We've done interviews together, man. He's just a whole vibe.
Yeah.
So you guys got this collaborative project in the works.
Dark Skin Energy. We got one more song left to do.
So what would be one thing that people who are fans of yours, supporters of yours, that they don't know about you that you don't mind sharing?
I don't know. I mean,
I know you're pretty transparent, but there's got to be something.
I think I'm addicted to Delta 8s.
Shout out to Graham Cole.
Yo, Graham Cole. Shameless plug.
Right.
No, but nah, right now off the rip, when you hit me, I think it's that, because I need that like every night.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too. That's how I sleep.
Yeah. I think that's not it, but that's the only thing I could think of right now.
What's your favorite food to eat? I know you said you like beef jerky from time to time. What you like to whip up?
Man, Spanish food, of course.
Okay.
Of course. Arroz con pollo. I love pizza.
Okay.
And I love Chinese food too. Those things I could eat. I could eat any of them things every day.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Listen, it's been a pleasure to have you here. Before we get into the last three things that I always have everybody do, is there anything else that you want to let everybody know about that you may have coming up that we didn't talk about?
Nah, I just want to shout you out though.
I appreciate that.
Like when from the time I got here, you hear the names, TampaMystic, and this name and that name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like you always, even though like we never met, you always been solid. And it was even times I hit you up and you responded, and I'd be like, okay, she ain't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good to meet you. It's good. Your energy is real.
Man, boom. Yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah. And that's what it's all about, like, it's because I love what I do. And this isn't even about me, but just to say it for a second, I really love what I do, and I love being a part of people's journey when they're on the rise. Mm-hmm. Like, it's cool to work with celebrities or whatever, but I like to be a part of your journey when you're on the way up. That way, when you get to that status, you're like, oh, yeah, I got that interview back then. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, type stuff. So, three things we're going to do before we get up out of here, though, right?
Okay.
You gave me a shout out, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to Tisa G. That's my day one. That's my rider. Shout out to my manager, Shadowbox. Yo, that guy right there truly believes in me, man. And I love him. I love him. Shout out to Christ. That's my best friend. You know what I'm saying? I got a tight little squad. We keep it small though.
Yeah.
But shout out to all y'all. Shout out to Eli and Backstreet Richie. It's the market. That's it.
Word.
Yeah.
Tell everybody where they can follow the movement, man, where they can keep up with you.
Man, you can find me on Instagram at official FaseWorld, because they hacked me. So I had to change my name now.
Them hackers ain't no joke, boy.
I wrote them this morning. I said
trying to sell your account back to you?
Yeah. I said, why don't you just give me my page back as a man? Karma. No, I was trying to talk to him. He didn't respond. I try to get him with the heart, like, cause I saw him watching my story. I'm like, you know what? I was gonna be an asshole about it. Then I was like, you know what? Let me try to talk to him.
Yo, they were watching your story from your page.
No cap, watching my story, yo.
I ain't heard that one.
Yo, I promise you, I even highlighted it and reposted it, right?
Oh, God.
And then I took it down because I was like, you know what? Let me make better of this. So I took it down, and then I wrote him, and I was like, man, from man to man, you had your fun. Like, you hit all my people up for money. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Woo, official FaseWorld. Follow me. I need the followers. I'm slacking right now. Follow me. I need you.
Yo, that is so crazy. It's funny, but it's not funny, because I've heard so many people say that the people that take their accounts try to sell it back to them. I'm like, bro, like, they trying to sell you your own account back. They really out here getting people. So, yeah, tell them one more time the new Instagram.
Man, official FaseWorld. Not _FaceWorld _ official FaceWorld. That's my only page. Please follow me. I will follow back.
Last but not least, before we get up out of here, man, we are live and direct on the Industries Most Wanted podcast with your girl, TampaMystic. So I got to know, what makes you the Industries Most Wanted?
Man, look at me. I mean, I can do the music. I can provide you a building or two. I'm most wanted. Like, ain't nobody doing it like me. Name a person doing it like me without a cosign, without a bunch of people co-signing them.
Facts.
I'm in Atlanta, and I've been sitting here under everybody's nose doing what the hell I want to do. And if you can't respect that, I never asked anybody for anything. Like, anytime anybody wanted to do business with me, I made sure that it was done right. It was done professionally. And, although those people respect me, it's not their job to go out to the world and say, hey, there's a guy named FaseWorld over there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm definitely most wanted. Like, because I'm, like, this is my life every day.
That's right.
When I leave here, I'm going to go to my studio or my beauty supply. I might want to sit and write some music. I got the life that a lot of niggas is working hard to get. So if you can't hear me out and at least, pick up a gem or two from me, then it's cap. It's cap. How you not gonna take something from somebody that's living the life?
That's
because
right.
It's not Jay-Z or Drake, that doesn't mean that you can't not learn from them. You
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm most wanted.
That's right. You heard it. We out of here.